Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Devidas Nikam. So today's date 2 February 2022. So I am going to explain on today's topic constructor in Java programming language. So what is a constructor and why is in Java programming language constructor? What are the types of constructor? So firstly I can explain the what is a constructor. So constructor is a block of the code as method similar to the method, so it's called as a constructor. So constructor is at a time of calling the constructor, then creating the objects. Object is allocating the memory. So it's a constructor is also creating the new keyword. New keyword is also creating the constructor calling, so it's called as a constructor. So constructor is a creating, so suppose we can creating the constructor, then is a constructor name must be same as a class name, or constructor is a no return types. So it's a constructor is only display data. So it's used to the constructor wide. So it's a Java constructor is a abstract and abstract, static, final, static and synchronization. Does not use in a constructor. So it's called as a constructor. So constructor is a so constructor no return type, no return type. So it's called as a constructor. So there are two types of constructor. First one is a default constructor and another one is a parameterized constructor. So default constructor is also by using first one is a default constructor is also no argument pass, no argument pass, so it's called as a default constructor. By using default constructor is executing at a one time, so it's called as a default constructor. And another one is a parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor used to the parameterized is also pass the argument, so it's called as a parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor is also pass the parameter, then we is called as a parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor is a instance. Suppose one class is created, and is called as a parameterized constructor. And so is also constructor available in overloading. So it's a main important part of the overloading. What is the overloading? So I can explain the overloading. So overloading is suppose one class is created, suppose a student, then student is also instance variable is also student, int roll number and name, string name, and another one is int mark. So it's also we can create the default constructor, then class name and method. So class name and constructor name is also same as also creating the default constructor. Then we default constructor, student default constructor is also created. And another one is creating constructor. So is a parameterized constructor is also pass the parameter. Then we is also called as a parameterized constructor. So student is also pass the parameter, then is another one is creating a constructor. So public wide student, then is a int roll number, string name, and int marks, and is also access the then we current access the data, then we use this keyword. So this keyword is also display the current data. Then this dot roll number is equal to roll number, and this name is equal to name, and this marks is equal to marks. So is called as a parameterized constructor. I can explain the one example for addition in overloading. Suppose we class creating the addition. Suppose we class creating the addition, then we also method. So is also default constructor we create, and another one is a parameterized constructor is also created. Parameterized constructor is also parameter is also pass the int number and int number, suppose number. Then another one is also creating the parameterized constructor. Suppose constructor name and parameter name is also same. Then is a public void addition. Then is another, there are two pass the parameter in int number one and number two. First one is a default constructor is created, and another one is a one parameter constructor is also calling is also 10. Then we another one is a two parameter constructor is calling two numbers. So it's a main method is a, then another class is creating the main method. Then we addition class is a addition class. Then we creating the objects, and then we object is a then we creating the object. Then reference variable is equal to new keyword, and then constructor. So then is also reference variable. Suppose a dot add a dot addition, and addition. So it's overloading the constructor. So it's called as a constructor. In it's all about the constructor. So thank you for watching video.